Welcome to the Don't Get Fooled Show with Big Red Ace, college football, bowl games 2023. Let's go, Ace.
All right, boys and girls, we got the bowl game episode 2. Cannot wait for episode 2, Big Red. A lot of good games on the docket to end the new year. There's going to be a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday leading up to New Year's Day. A lot of games and a lot of good games opposed to the first slate of games because a lot of those games are doozies. There were so many changes in the games of players not playing, coaches transferring, all this nonsense going on. Quarterbacks that were in the transfer portal that have decided to transfer and are still playing for their old teams. What kind of crap is that? What kind of crap is that? That's why the lines have been moving 2 or 3 points each game, just like that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a damn joke. It's an embarrassment for the NCAA that the bowl season has turned into a big joke. Before players all excited that they can travel to some random city, get treated, red carpet out for these guys, go eat at the steakhouses, go shake some hands, hold some babies, and have a good old time for like 4 or 5 days, maybe a week in a different city, in some bowl game, meet the sponsors, and now it's just a joke. People are opting out left and right. I don't want to play. It is a joke. I'm very disappointed, Big Red. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think we talked about in the last episode, like it's free agency and they should make a rule. Once you commit, you can't play. You can't play for this college anymore. That's it. Like,
I agree.
Like you're signing a contract with another team pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
But I don't think they should allow anybody to even transfer until the bowl season is over.
They should, yeah.
So what are all these sponsors that are paying millions and millions of dollars to sponsor these bowl games? What are they getting out of this?
Yeah.
Their ratings are crap because it's a doozy. All these people are opting out.
Yeah.
And if you have no good reason to opt out, you shouldn't be opting out either. This is nonsense. Very disappointing. Or maybe they're going to have to start giving bonuses if you have to play.
Yeah, there's going to be something like that. At the end of the day, money talks.
Yep. It's a joke, but at least these bigger games, at least some of them, they should be pretty good. So I'm excited. We're gonna get right into the docket, Big Red. You ready to go?
Let's get it.
All right, here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. All right, game 1 on the docket. We got Oregon State against Notre Dame. This is the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl being played in El Paso, Texas. Notre Dame is a 6-point favorite here, Big Red. We got Oregon State who is 12. We got Oregon State who's 8-4. They're ranked number 19 versus number 16 Notre Dame who's 9-3. Big Red. Oregon State coming off a 31-7 loss to Oregon. They're on a 2-game losing streak. And then we got Notre Dame 9-3 coming off a 56-23 win versus Stanford. Their best win, USC 48-20 and Duke 21-14. Lost to Ohio State and Louisville. We got Notre Dame -6. What do you think, Big Red?
Yeah, going to be a good game. I think Notre Dame's the better team here. I don't think Oregon State really has much to play for, but I think Notre Dame covers and wins by double digits pretty easily.
Double digits. You like Notre Dame?
Very comfortably.
Very comfortably. Yeah. This should be a good game to watch, especially to start off this slate. This is on a Friday, December 29th. That's going to be a good day for me. Friday, I'm going to have a really nice meal on Friday, December 29th.
Yeah.
Not sure where, but it's going to be a really nice meal.
Sure.
So if I can start off this 11 a.m. Pacific time game, cannot wait. This is going to be a good game. Notre Dame, obviously, if USC and Duke are your best wins, you don't have any really good wins because we all learned that USC was complete garbage last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Oregon State, 8-4, I think they probably underperformed. I expected them to be maybe 10-2, 11-1, maybe even undefeated. I like them, especially on a future play. And I think they're going to still close out the season. Obviously, their quarterback, DJ, is transferring again. He hit the portal, so he's not going to play. That's a big deal that he's not going to play. I mean, Notre Dame seems to be fully loaded. This is going to be a tough one. If DJ Uiagalelei played, I would definitely be going with Oregon State.
Yeah.
But Notre Dame is going to be healthy, but I like Notre Dame here, but I don't know if they're going to cover the 6. This is a tricky game, but, you know, this is a tricky game, like I said. But I like Oregon State here. I think 6 points is too much for not a great offense in Notre Dame, and it should be a good game, but I think Oregon State keeps it competitive. I'm taking Oregon State +6, and I have to disagree with you, Big Ree, on this one. All right, next game up, this is on Saturday, December 30th. This is the Chick-fil-A. No, this is not. This is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl being played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. We got 10-2 Ole Miss versus 10-2 Penn State. Ole Miss is ranked number 11. Their big losses on the season. They lost to Alabama 27-10, and then they lost to Georgia 52-17. Those are their 2 losses, and they had a 55-49 win versus LSU. Then we got Penn State 20-12 loss to Ohio State. 24-15 loss to Michigan, and they're a 3.5 point favorite here. Penn State is, Big Ree. What do you think?
Yeah, this can go either way. Obviously, Ole Miss lost the 2 games they were expected to lose. I mean, I don't think they were favored in either of those games. Maybe I'm wrong, but I highly doubt it.
Yep.
And same with Penn State, both in tough conferences. But I really like Ole Miss here. I think they're going to cover and win straight out. I like head coach Lane Kiffin, and this team has a bright future. But it's a coin flip. It can go either way. But I like Ole Miss. I think they're going to cover and win straight up.
So you're taking Ole Miss to win straight out.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I mean this should be another good game to start the Saturday morning slate. Look, Ole Miss. They got a solid offense. That's what they're known for. Their defense is questionable, giving up 52 to Georgia. Penn State, on the other hand, just a solid team, but kind of doozy of a schedule. And anybody good they played, Ohio State and Michigan, they lost. Quarterback Drew Alar, that guy, that's how you pronounce his. Think about, did you know this is his stats, Big Ree? 23 touchdowns. Only 1 interception on the season. The guy has 1 interception on the season in 12 games. That's the kind of quarterback I want on my team. That's the kind of quarterback I want on my team. I think they're an overall good team, defense, offense, and they just struggle against elite teams. Ole Miss is not an elite team, but I like Penn State here. I like both coaches, Kiffin and Franklin, but I'm going to give the edge to Franklin here. And as a freshman quarterback that's not going anywhere, I think he's going to come to play. And, I'm rolling with Penn State, and I'm going to disagree with you again, Big Ree. I'm taking Penn State -3.5. All right. We got another really, really good game. This is a Friday night game, Big Ree. We got number 9 Missouri versus number 7 Ohio State. Ohio State is a 1-point favorite. Missouri is 10-2, coming off a 48-14 win versus Arkansas. They lost 49-39 to LSU. They lost 30-21 to Georgia. They beat Tennessee 36-7. And then we got Ohio State's 11-1. They lost 30-24 to Michigan in their last game of the season. They beat Penn State 20-12. They beat Notre Dame 17-14. And big news out of here: quarterback McCord has entered the transfer portal. Is transferring to Syracuse for Ohio State. Ohio State 1-point favorite. Or Big Ree, what do you think?
Is Marvin Harrison going to play?
I'm not hearing anything about him not playing.
And I think this is just it seems like a Vegas special. Ohio State -1, very easy. I'm going to take Ohio State.
Uh-huh.
And I think Missouri is a very Missouri's one of the teams I loved over the season, and they're a really good team. And I think they cover and win this one by a touchdown.
So you're going to take them +1.
Yeah.
Missouri. I mean, look, these are both good teams. Obviously, Missouri has had probably one of their best seasons in their history. They played really good, and every team they played, they stayed competitive. Obviously, they got the quarterback Brady Cook. He's solid, but I really like their running back Schrader. That guy's just a beast. Cody Schrader, that guy's a beast. And look, this line opened up at Missouri, I think -2, and it moved up to Ohio State -1. So maybe Marvin might be playing. I don't know. But either way, I like Missouri in this game too. I'm going to agree with you. We're going to agree for the first time today. And yeah, I really like Missouri in this game. This is going to be a good game, but I really like Missouri. And I'm taking Missouri +1 on the docket. All right. The fourth game on the docket, we got the Capital One Orange Bowl. This is being played on Saturday, December 30th as well. 1 p.m. Pacific time kickoff. We got number 6 Georgia versus number 5 Florida State. Number 6 Georgia, the only loss on the season was a 27-24 loss in the SEC championship game to Alabama. Key wins in the season: Ole Miss 52-17, Tennessee 38-10, Missouri 30-21, and then Florida State 13-0, coming off a 16-6 win in the championship game versus Louisville. Big news out of this is, first of all, Florida State did not make the playoffs. The college football playoffs, being undefeated in a Big 5 conference, and Georgia, with their only loss to Alabama in the SEC championship game, did not make it. Big Reed, what are your thoughts, first of all, before we get into our picks, on both of these teams being snubbed in the college football playoffs?
I mean, Georgia should have made it no matter what. We both said that, like, Georgia's safe unless they get blown out. That's literally what we said.
We both said that, yep.
And the reason Florida State did not make it is because I don't know if you remember last year, but TCU just got completely blown out.
Yep.
They didn't want that again. They didn't want that Florida State possibly winning, then going to the championship and getting completely blown out. So
I could see how that affected their decision making.
So I don't blame them on Florida State, but Georgia should be in no matter what. No matter what, no questions asked.
I mean, I'm going to agree with you that I think Georgia has to be in. They had one loss in an SEC championship game, their only loss, and it was by 3 points?
Yeah.
And they don't make it. I think that's absurd. So I think they got completely hosed. 100% they got hosed. And then honestly, Florida State, I know their quarterback situation was messed up, and I take it back, because in the first episode, or the last week, the conference championship game week, I said that Florida State should not make the playoffs because they're going to get blown out. But I take that back now. I take that back. I made a mistake. They won every single game they needed to play. They didn't play doozy of a teams. Even with their, third string quarterback, they won in the conference championship game and held them to 6 points. I don't give a crap. They should have been in there. That's an embarrassment by the committee to leave these guys out.
So who are the 4 should have made it? Michigan, obviously.
Look, it's a very tough decision. This is probably one of the most tough years. But look, here's the thing. Michigan should have made it. They're obviously undefeated, won their conference. Washington, undefeated, and they won their conference, right?
Everyone expected Oregon to beat Washington. Then that would have made it a lot easier.
I didn't expect that.
I think a lot of people, I think the committee did at least.
But that doesn't change anything. That doesn't change what we're trying to discuss here. Is who should have actually made it? Forget the ifs and buts. Michigan should have been in, you agree?
Yeah, Michigan's locked.
Washington should have been in. They won, undefeated. And they won. Alabama, questionable, 12-1, one loss to a Texas team.
They just get the BOD because they have a proven record.
And Texas, they're in 12-1. I think it's just a tough. You can't argue any of the teams in there either, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: I thought Texas, and I made it clear that they had no chance. I didn't expect them to jump I didn't expect them to jump 3 spots and make it, but they looked really good in their last game. And honestly, like, we're gonna get into it. And spoiler alert. I think that's gonna be a really good game. But I think that they're deserving to be in there now. I just think this is where maybe they do need 8 teams, right?
Yeah, this is where it would have been good.
Or more teams, but I think Florida State, you got to put them in. How can you guys win every game? You go undefeated and now you're not in?
Yeah.
That sucks. Anyhow, let's get into the game, Big Ree. The line jumped today from it's minus 14 all along. It jumped to minus 17.
Yeah, I saw that.
The backup QB for Florida State is entering the portal also. So now they got their 3rd-string freshman quarterback, Brock Glenn, starting, who was 8 for 21 with 55 yards against Louisville. So what do you think here, Big Ree?
Yeah, it's a very high spread, but when the spread jumps, it jumps for a reason. And Georgia always comes to play. And I think I'm going to swallow the points again and take Georgia minus 17.
Yeah, look, this is going to be I feel bad for Florida State because, first of all, their 1st-string and 2nd-string quarterback are out. They're playing with a 3rd-string freshman. Their top running back is out. And they got their top O-line and D-line guys have not committed yet if they're going to play or not. Prior to this quarterback issue, I was all over Florida State plus 14. All over it. Literally all over it. If you know what I mean, Big Ree.
Yeah.
Like, literally all over it. And I guess that's what happens when you jump on lines early. You have to take the wrath here. Lesson learned. I was all over it. Everybody knows, me and Javi were, a few hours east this weekend. And I was all over this. And now, look, having your 3rd-string quarterback put up 55 total yards against Louisville, and now you're going up against that Georgia defense, which is not great, but it's better than Louisville. I don't know how they can score any points here. I just don't know how. I don't know how Florida State can score more than 7 points.
Would you recommend the under as well?
No, because Georgia might put up 40.
Yeah, that's true. Fair.
Let's see what is the over under in this game. Over and under is set at 44.5. Yeah, Georgia can put up 45 themselves.
Yeah.
So I can't mess with the over and under, but I'm gonna agree with you, Big Ree. I'm gonna roll with Georgia here. And like I said, I really liked Florida State. I think they were gonna come to play, try to prove to everybody that, hey, they belong. But now with a 3rd-string quarterback, it's not going to happen. I'm taking Georgia minus 17. All right. Game 5 on the docket. This game is being played on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2024, Big Ree. This is the Verbo Fiesta Bowl being played at State Farm Stadium in your favorite city, Big Ree, Glendale, Arizona. And Oregon is a 17-point favorite. Liberty 13-0. 11 of their 13 wins are by double digits. They beat New Mexico State twice, probably their 2 best wins. Quarterback Keaton Salter, 31 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, only 1,000 yards rushing, 12 touchdowns on the ground. Then we got Oregon 11-2. Their 2 losses. Well, they lost to Washington twice, basically 36-33, 34-31. Quarterback Bo Nix was playing well up until that game. Didn't look great. Oregon 17-point favorite here, Big Ree. What do you think?
Yeah, this is going to be a good game, a lot closer than people think, and I think Liberty is going to put up a fight. This means a lot more to them than it does to Oregon, and I know Oregon will come to play still, but I like Liberty here a lot, plus 17. And highly recommend to taking it. Liberty is going to cover for sure. This is definitely my lock on these bowl games.
You like Liberty?
Yeah.
That much. I'm going to have to disagree with you, Big Ree. I don't like Liberty at all here. I think they're a good team, but I just don't think they can match up. Their quarterback is a stud, but I think Oregon just there's just offensively, defensively, they're just a better team. I mean, look, Liberty, it's a nice story, and I think they stayed decently competitive, but I think Oregon runs. You got to think about it. This could be a 3-point game. This could be a 5-point game, just a 1-score game, and then Oregon puts up 2 quick touchdowns.
Yeah,
and that's
that's
it.
true too.
I see that happening. I see this being a 7 to 10-point game, and then Oregon just exploding for 2 quick touchdowns. And I think Oregon wins by about 25. And I'm going to disagree with you, Big Ree. I'm taking Oregon minus 17. All right, Game 6. We're getting into the college football playoffs. These games are being played on New Year's Day as well. The first game at 2 p.m. Pacific time, we got number 4 Alabama versus number 1 Michigan. This is the Rose Bowl game being played in Pasadena, California, about 28 miles from us, Big Ree. Michigan is a 2-point favorite here. Alabama 12-1, coming off a 27-24 win versus Georgia in the SEC championship game. Their only loss on the season, 34-24 to Texas, who is number 3 right now in the playoffs as well. And then we got number 1 Michigan, 13-0, coming off a 30-24 win versus Ohio State. Their big wins on the season, Penn State 24-15, and Iowa in the Big Ten championship game, 26-0, Big Ree. Michigan, 2-point favorite. What do you think?
Yeah, everyone's going to be all over Alabama here. At least what I'm reading, and the reports are that all the money is on Alabama. And I think Michigan wins very, very comfortably by a touchdown. I don't have faith in the Alabama quarterback, and J.J. McCarthy is going to come to play. He's going to have a big day. And this is Michigan's first time. It means a lot more to them. Obviously, of course, it means something to Alabama too, but this is Michigan's first time in a while. But I'm going to roll with the Wolverines and take Michigan, swallow the 2.
So you're going to swallow the 2 for Michigan. On that note, some viewers have been commenting, Big Reed, that you're swallowing a lot lately. That, they made a comment that Big Ree is just swallowing. You're swallowing, 4. You're swallowing the 6.5. You're swallowing the 9, and you're taking some. But here you're only swallowing the 2, and you're taking Michigan. Look, this is going to be. Both of these games are going to be really good. I'm going to have the food ready, the pizza, the wings, the chip and dip, the guacamole, the queso for New Year's Day. I'm going to start off the new year well. Cannot wait for these slate of games. Really good game. Look, first of all, on Michigan's side, J.J. McCarthy to me is the Brock Purdy of college football. I think his numbers look pretty good, but I'm not really buying him. And it's not that I'm not buying him. When you're playing doozy of opponents, you can look good. But they're playing Alabama. And I don't think Alabama expected to be here. I don't think they did. I think they felt like they had no chance. And they somehow beat Georgia by 3 points and took over the spot. And I think Nick Saban is going to teach Jim Harbaugh a little bit about coaching here. And Saban is the veteran. And you know what? I got to roll with Alabama here. I just think that there's no way they thought they were going to get it here. This is going to be maybe a rebuild season or just a fluke season. And they got here, and I think they're going to take every opportunity. And I'm going to disagree with you again, Big Ree. I'm taking Alabama +2. All right, the last game on the docket, the second playoff game, starts at 5:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is going to be Texas versus Washington in the Little Caesars Bowl. This is being played at the Caesars. No, this is not the Little Caesars Bowl. This is being played at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Washington is a 4-point favorite. Can one of our stats guy or a camera guy, Javi, let us know which bowl this is exactly between Texas and Washington? It's not the Little Caesars Bowl. But yeah, we got number 3 Texas
The Sugar Bowl.
The Sugar. Thank you, Avi. This is the Sugar Bowl with Texas, number 3 Texas versus number 2 Washington, and Texas 12-1. Their only loss on the season, 34-30 to Oklahoma, and their big win was 34-24 versus Alabama. Quinn Ewers. This guy is a solid quarterback, and he's leading the Longhorns. Then we got number 2 Washington, 13-0. Their big wins on the season by Oregon twice. They beat Arizona 31-24, and they beat Oregon State 22-20, led by quarterback Michael Penix Jr. Texas is a 4-point favorite here. Texas is a 4-point favorite over Washington, Big Ree. What do you think?
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game. Obviously, Washington's played great. So has Texas. I think this is going to come down to the wire. Literally, game-winning field goal, and Texas wins, but Washington covers. So I'm not going to swallow here.
Wow.
I'm going to take the +4, but I think Texas wins on a game-winning field goal. It's going to come down to the wire.
A game-winning field goal by Texas going down to the wire. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be another really good game. I think these are probably the 2 matchups that I wanted to see. Michigan and Alabama. Who doesn't want to see? That's a fire matchup. And then you got Washington versus Texas. I mean, those are going to be 2 really good, well-matched teams. I think this is going to be a shootout. Let's see, what the over and I'm not going to mess with over and under. But
I think it was like 64.
64. Right? It's going to be a shootout. I think both teams are going to come to play. I mean, Texas, look, they played really well, and they've had a good season, and like you said, a great season. But they've played well, and Washington's had a really good season, undefeated. But I honestly, I watched that entire Texas game against Oklahoma State, and I just think they're a really good, solid team on both sides of the ball. And I think Washington's one of those teams that just had a lot of magic throughout the season. And I feel like their magic is going to run out here. And I'm going to have to disagree again with you, Big Ree.
I think we only agreed on one, right?
And I just like Texas. I think Texas is going to win. Look, Texas is a 4-point favorite, and I like Texas. Yeah, I mean, and so, I'm gonna disagree, and I'm taking Texas -4.
They were a lot of people were saying the committee wants an Alabama-Texas rematch because Texas beat them. So that's what you got.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I have Texas and Alabama going. I mean, I think who really wants to watch Washington versus Michigan?
Yeah, I can agree.
Who wants to watch that game? I don't mind watching. I don't want to see Washington in any game. As much as they're the
You don't want to see the Penix rise?
I just don't want to watch Washington. I just don't. Michigan, I'll watch. Alabama, I'll watch. Texas. It would be nice to have some different teams there.
Yeah.
Get Michigan versus Texas in there.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad matchup. Or even maybe Michigan against Washington, putting them in. But yeah, I like Texas and Alabama. And we agreed on the Georgia game.
Yeah, I think that's the only one we agreed on.
No, we agreed on Missouri. Did you like?
Oh yeah, we did.
On Missouri as well. And yeah, that's the only 2 that we agreed on. But it should be a good slate. I mean, this back half of the bowl, episode should be really good. There's a lot better teams, better games, and nothing like the new year. Real quickly before we sign off, Big Ree, because this is going to be the last episode of college football before the championship game. We'll throw something out there, but the new year is coming up, 2024, Big Ree. So what do you think, man?
Yeah, it's going to be a good year, hopefully.
What's going on with you next year that's going to be a good year?
I don't know.
You don't know? You were about to say something.
Just trying to hit the gym, lose some weight,
No, but you were about to say something.
No.
It sounded like you were about to say something, and then you kind of held back.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So, you got any?
New Year to everyone. Have a blessed and safe New Year's.
Safe New Year's, boys and girls. If you're gonna drink, do not drive.
Uber, Lyft, whatever you have in your country, a taxi, whatever.
Enjoy the the New Year's Eve. I mean, New Year's Eve is on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Kind of a doozy, but it is what it is, and we'll get a little bit more into the BS talk in NFL. Big Ree, want to push you a little bit more for your New Year's resolutions, but other than that, I think we're gonna sign off until the championship game.
Yeah, until the championship game.
All right, boys and girls, good luck.